Work-life balance, that elusive concept, that magical place that all working moms are trying to get to. We've heard about it, we know it exists, people write about it, vlog about it, talk about it, but for some reason, no matter how hard we try, we still feel like we're being pulled into so many different directions, and arriving at that place and the magical land where everything is balanced and everything is nice almost seems impossible. The irony is, many of us are doing the very things that are stopping us from getting to work-life balance. And in today's video, I'm going to tell you 3 things that you're probably doing yourself right now without even noticing that are stopping you from getting there. And make sure to stick around to number 3 because that one will probably surprise you. And by the way, hi, welcome back to my channel. So happy to have you here. Let's get to it. The first mistake you're making is you're feeling guilty all of the time. And I get that because I'm a working mom too, and I'm very familiar with the feeling of guilt. I know what it feels like to be sitting in the office and feeling guilty about leaving your child behind, or being with your child and trying to spend quality time with them and feeling guilty about the projects that were delayed because of this extra half hour that you decided to give your kid. I know what it feels like to be overwhelmed with this feeling that whatever you're doing is not good enough. And I'm here to tell you, first of all, this feeling is completely useless. It does nothing but make you feel worse. This inner critic that you have in your mind, we need to work on quieting her down and asking her to please give us a break. I'm going to be creating future videos where I talk about mom guilt specifically, but for today, the point of talking about this first mistake is because if you're trying to reach that work-life balance that everyone's talking about, then what you need to do is when you're at work, to be fully at work. And when you're at home, to be fully at home. And when you're with your best friend, to be with your best friend. And when you're cooking, to actually be cooking. The point is, being present in the moment that you're in is what gives you the feeling of balance. It's not about what you do and how much time you spend here or there. It really is a matter of allowing yourself to step into the moment and to step into the action that you're taking fully, mindfully, with presence, so that you do this task, whatever it is, to the best of your abilities. Guilt has a way of taking you away from any moment that you're in. So the first thing that we need to stop doing is allowing guilt to run our lives, and allowing guilt to dictate our actions, and allowing guilt to take away from the moments that we're in right now. The second mistake you're making is you're trying to be perfect and you're trying to do everything perfectly. And I'm sorry to break it to you, but this perfectionism is what's standing in your way to achieve the balance that you so deeply seek. When perfectionism is our goal, we are literally setting ourselves up for failure, because perfectionism doesn't exist and nothing will ever be perfect and nothing will be completely done. And the problem with that is that you always feel like you're not doing enough and that you're behind and that other people are better than you. But the truth is, everyone's trying your best and you are trying your best. So instead of trying to be perfect in every area of your life and trying to achieve everything to that level of perfectionism that is so unrealistic and that's so idealistic, instead of doing all of that, what I'd love to invite you to do is to accept and truly accept that good enough is good enough. We see how hard you're working, we see how hard you're trying. Let it go and accept where you are, and good enough is good enough. The third mistake you're making is you're trying to find the balance between work and life. And I know this sounds counterintuitive, seeing as the topic and the subject of this video that you're watching now, but really hear me out. When we think about balancing two things, these two things need to be separate from each other. So when we say work and life, we're assuming that these two things are not part of a whole. But the truth is they all belong together. Your work, your kids, your family, your home, your relationships, they're all part of one whole. And it's impossible to separate just one part and to try to balance it with all the rest of the parts. And it is true, sometimes work will take priority. Sometimes you'll have a huge deadline that you need to work towards and you'll miss bath time for a night or two. And sometimes your kid will be sick and you'll miss work for a week. So of course, one part of your life is going to be requiring more of your attention. That part will become the priority for that season or for that week or for that month. But that doesn't mean that you're imbalanced. That just means that this particular part of your life needs you to be present for it more at that time. There's no shame in that. So instead of work-life balance, why don't we just try to get to the balance part? The balance that is an internal job, not an external thing that we can get from the outside world. It's not about balancing two things. It's not about spreadsheets showing numbers of hours. It's about how you feel on the inside. It's about, in my opinion, enjoying the moments that you're in and being present to the things that you're doing and the people that you're spending time with. You can be balanced no matter what's going on in your life, because that's an inside job. And I'll be talking about that a little bit more in my future videos. And as a gift that will help you feel more balanced and have more time, I've created a free mini masterclass that you can access through the link below this video. And it's about saving you hours, literally hours, every week by doing 5 simple things that I've outlined in the video that you can access easily and for free through that link. I hope you enjoyed today's video, and I'll see you in the next one.